We speak about historic title wins. Gokulam Kerala and Indian Navy have proved that Kerala Premier League is anyone's win. And today, two new entrants, FC Areekode and LTS International Football Academy, take on each other at the EMS Corporation Stadium here in Kozhikode. From just a few years ago, it is a history first for Kerala football, a chapter that was waiting to be written in this storybook. It took a while, but AIFA finally have their team in the Kerala Premier League. Do not underestimate this moment. It is just 90 minutes this game, but it has taken years of hard work for LTS International Football Academy to get here and for clubs from the region as well. I am Sohan Poddar in the commentary box. The new franchisee entrants and the champions of Kerala Premier League qualifiers finally on the same pitch this evening. As both the teams walking out of the tunnel together, the team in red and black is FC Areekode, and the team in white and black is LTS International Football Academy, the winners of the Kerala Premier League qualifiers, which were played in early November. And this is the side put up by Puthi Yadavan, the head coach of Areekode. A few youngsters making debut for the club in the state league, especially the number 27, Immerson Singh and Napoleon, to keep an eye on, which can add up to the pool of players that Kerala have been producing in recent years. And yesterday we saw attackers among goals in the game against Real Malabar Football Club. And Sat, will there be more this evening? Lovepreet Masi and Stephen is very much going to be the defensive options for the head coach. And the assistant head coach of the team is Duleep Menon. These are the defensive options, as I was talking about, Lovepreet Masi and Stephens. And FC Areekode and exciting attackers in the likes of Ronik Singh, Govind Das and Shabi Khan can be called upon if required. Both the teams getting ready for the toss. But we will quickly move over to the away team of this evening, that is Altius International, and their manager Deepak Chirukudi, very optimistic about his team's chances in the match, as he names an exciting lineup to stand a chance in the game. Forward Sarat and Mohammad Nabil to be aided by the likes of Mohammad Faris and Kakai Hamar, and Mohammad Shamnaz, the skipper, and Nasib Rahman will look to keep the balance in midfield intact with Nikhil between the sticks as usual. They haven't conceded a single goal in the Kerala Premier League qualifiers. Nikhil, just 23 years of age, an AIFA product, state participation for Malappuram as well. Well, the second highest goal scorer in the KPL qualifiers, and that is Muhammad Hasif of AIFA. He is among the subs, a mix of youth players and experienced players. He's on the bench for the side, and the players being scouted from Tamil Nadu, Assam, Manipur, Mizoram. Muhammad Hasif is the most notable name among them. Both these teams, in a way, fear their fortunes, have been very different in pre-season, especially with the kind of rosters being put up. Both the teams with an all-Indian squad, not a single foreigner in that lineup. And FC Areekode have been strengthened by some very formidable Indians, and Immerson Singh is one of them, who was part of India's Under-17 World Cup camp. This is going to be interesting because we are going to see a lot of technically strong players in the squad of Altis International and FC Areekode. This is the game to win, and both of them are here to do the same. As we spoke about the sort of potential that Kerala has in terms of the players that they bring through their system, but on a very practical sort of note, how much of that is possible to survive in the top 4 or in the top 5 with an all-Indian lineup in the Kerala Premier League, given that the other teams have 2 or 3 really very good foreigners. But what a moment here in terms of the sheer history, in terms of the entire setup of football. And we talk about how the sport has become more and more inclusive over the last few years. And today, Altius International Football Academy and FC Areekode finally in the Kerala Premier League. An excellent support from them back home, and this is also going to be quite something. And at the same time, what a test for FC Areekode, because they know Altius International are fired up for this particular encounter. Both the teams playing their first ever Kerala Premier League game. And the RAMCO Kerala Premier League. This in its ninth edition. And Gokulam Kerala, of course, is the winners of the previous edition. 2018 edition was won by Indian Navy, in case you have just forgotten. And this is the Group B fixture, the second match day in Group B. And yesterday we saw Real Malabar FC being overwhelmed by Sports Academy of Tirur. Another game also going on simultaneously, that is at the Maharajas College ground in Ernakulam, between Kovalam and Mutut. That was a miscued clearance by Ruben, 25 years of age, from Chennai, played for AG Chennai previously, will be at the heart of defense for Altius International. He will be partnering Nunmoya, the player from Mizoram, the number 28, to keep an eye on. And on his left is going to be Ibnu, the number 18, the man who was part of Kerala Blasters previously. And here is Mohammad Faris, his first touch of the game, draws a foul in his favour. A free kick for Altius International. And all depends on the psychology of the teams, of the team management especially. Some of them just prefer that they want the youth set up and first real foray for Altius International into the box, trying to make his way through was the overlapping right back Baite. The ball has been won in midfield by Nasib Rahman. He spreads it out wide towards Kakai Haimar, the player from Ukrul. Back in towards the number 14, Nasib. Here is the number 13. This is looking good for Altius International. Nasib Rahman managing to get a foot in. Throw it in favor of FC Areekode. Here they come once again, this time through the centre. Resolute in defence was Perithoi Mitei. And seeing a lot more of the ball in this opening exchanges. AIFA, and now getting on the ball is the skipper, and that is Mohammad Shamnas. Trying to dink it forward towards Sarat. And the free kick just going against the AIFA skipper. Mr. Deepak Areekode, we all know that he is capable of. We saw that in the Kerala Premier League qualifiers. He threatened to go to the top, being in charge of one of the most promising academies of the state. Gonna be interesting to see the future stars here in action. And early a call for Nikhil. They haven't been tested much in AIFA's Kerala Premier League qualifiers campaign. And the academy side managed to win all the 3 matches. Many of you may argue those games were being played at the AIFA ground in Koppam, but they displayed a brilliant and urgent brand of football. It was highly entertaining, winning all the 3 matches, starting off with a 2-0 victory against a Kerala Football Training Centre, with the goals being scored by Mohammad Jasbir and Mohammad Hasif. In the second game, they defeated Lord Zefe by 3-0. And Mohammad Shamnaz, the skipper, was in the score sheet along with Jasbir and Hasif. And on that decisive game on 14th of November against Kochi City FC, AIFA winning it by 2-0. That was a breathtaking encounter. Sarat, eventually the number 7 who's on the pitch, scoring the decisive goal in the second half. And just interestingly, Mohammad Jasbir was in the score sheet for AIFA in all the 3 matches that they have played in. He is missing out. And the second highest goal scorer from that campaign, Mohammad Hasif, is on the bench and tried to turn, brought down and free kick in a very dangerous area. That is going to be the first booking of the game as well. And Nabil Malik with an overzealous challenge. Mohammad Nabil, that was a sharp turn by the youngster who played for Garhwal Football Club in the Hero I League Division 2. That was the incident. And look at that incisive passing by Nasif. Talk about that for a delivery by the number 14. A great diagonal. And now free kick for AIFA. It's from very, very promising angles. It looks like Ruben is the man. The stopper back who will fancy his luck from the edge of the area. And AIFA. Here goes Ruben, and the take is just over. And a very decent try. He got the tip. Just a bit too much of precision in the end. But warning shots fired in by AIFA. They are very dangerous from set pieces. We saw that previously. And now over the top, Nabil Malik looking for Emerson. I couldn't get the feel of the ball. The number 27. And Beckham Singh as well. Who will be operating from the right hand side. Is Nasib Rahman dropping deep. As AIFA trying to build out from behind. It's a very cheap giveaway. And FC Areekode. That was a very loose pass in the end, allowing AIFA to capitalize and use the pace of Kakai on the left. Kakai, he is up against Nabil. Kakai's touch was not constructive enough. And the danger easily seen away. Oh, he was almost taking rolling down. Took an extra touch on the ball. That is a left back Nihal. Reliance Foundation Youth Sports product. And the three in defense during build-up. And they don't seem to play the ball out from the back. The team in red and black, FC Areekode. A nice turn and pass. Just too much on it. Allowing Nikhil to grab it. Both the teams trying to test each other out before dipping their toes. Started off brilliantly. It was AIFA within the first few minutes. But now FC Areekode stringing few passes together. You can see the possessional play. And already a couple of passes among themselves and that long lump upfield looking for the likes of Napoleon and Emerson. And Napoleon of course played for Kerala Blasters reserves. Kerala Premier League. The 9th edition in a brand new manner, especially after Scoreline Sports getting associated with the Kerala Football Association, providing a mid-ass touch to the tournament. And that deal of 350 crores for 12 years. The agreement for the commercial rights of the Kerala Football Association is a period of 12 years and envisions Milan Sports Limited working closely with the Kerala Football Association to develop the holistic footballing ecosystem in the state of Kerala. Nalo Brito checking his watch. A decent tempo in the game early on. And we have the first corner of the game. And it's FC Areekode. And all the big men getting into the box. He will look to send in a telling delivery. In comes the corner. The goalkeeper got a hand on it. It's cleared off the line. It's still alive in the box. A lot of confusion before it being put out from the danger area. The danger is not averted though. A chance to cross it in one more time from the left. This time, resolute defending by technically realizing that he's not so strong on his right foot, closing him down immediately. AIFA football, for the time being, are safe and they can breathe a sigh of relief. Look at that, how deep they're playing in terms of their defense line. Here is Ibn Sharat. He played in the junior national, Ibn, 20 years of age, from Palakkad district. Where you can see the high press being applied. Attempted through pass. That gap being quickly seeped by Ruben. Nonetheless, that was an expensive pass made by Alfred, the number 10, the former Northeast United man, trying to turn away, but that space being cut short by the right full back, and now Kakai trying to get on the end of the delivery. Ibn taking the aerial route is Munmoya, getting on the edge of that loose ball is a striker, almost getting a lucky deflection. Muhammad Nabil and Nasib Rahman, the defensive midfielder, playing very deep from the Chelembra Academy. Also played for Gokulam Kerala's under 18 team. And here is Kakai from Manipur. He played for Sudeva and also in the BC Roy Trophy. Has the experience of playing in the under 18 Hero I League. That is going to help most of the players playing for FC Areekode, an average age of just 21. Same for LTS International as well. Kakai delivers pretty close to the goalkeeper, Alison Mitei. He's from Manipur. There are lots of Manipuri players in the starting lineup of FC Areekode. Alison, the goalkeeper. Parithoi Mitei as well in defense, along with Chongtham Raj Singh, the number 12. And the number 7, Beckham Singh as well, along with Emerson Napoleon, the number 28, Oinam Rajan, who is playing on the left hand side. A bit of a Manipur supremacy in the starting lineup of FC Areekode, as the club aims towards providing a bigger platform to these youngsters after training them. Providing them a professional match exposures and a chance for these youngsters as well to rub shoulders with few of the stalwarts of the game in the state. That will help them in a big way. That is exactly the motto of conducting this state leagues, so that influx of players keeps coming in. And the biggest thing is if we do see a change in philosophy in the mid-season from these two teams as well, whether they are tempted into signing few experienced foreigners. And that was the shot from distance and tipped over by goalkeeper Nikhil, who stood firm on his line, kept his eye on the ball till the last minute before averting the danger. And look at that attempt, almost rifled towards Nikhil, tipping it over for a corner kick. A corner swung in towards the far post, winning the header inside the box as well. That was Parithoi Mitei's header, not on target, and goal kick for LTS International. As I was talking about, whether these two teams attempted into signing few experienced foreigners or not eventually to keep the place in the Kerala Premier League, will be something interesting to see. Two teams from both the groups placed at the bottom two teams specifically will be relegated, and they'll again have to participate in the district championship. The top two teams from both the groups will go through to the semi-final round. And the 22 teams are divided into two groups, Group A and Group B, with both the groups comprising of 11 teams. They're going to play against each other in a round-robin format. Here is Baite, Munmoya, Sarat. That was a wayward pass, pressing from behind, and now Sarat is winning it. A space opening up down the middle. Here comes the shot. Baite had also made a run into the box. Straight here to the goalkeeper, Alison Mitei. Sarat going on his own, even though the number 30 was completely free in the middle. A cut back would have been a brighter idea. And eventually scuffed his shot in the end. He's an AIFA Academy product, Sarat. He comes from Madathodi in Malappuram district. And now Shamnas, great weight on the ball. On the overlap, takes his man on, cut back is alive. He goes on his own once again. The goalkeeper left his mark as well. Alison Mitei tried to narrow his angle, as Shamnas is a bit disappointed because he was expecting the cut back. A couple of chances for Altias International already within the first quarter. Nothing comes from it. Deepak Areekode will be slightly disappointed, but still plenty of time left. And Altias International just showing a glimpse of what they are capable of doing with the ball. If they are allowed to keep it for too long, one of their targets will be ball retention in the opposition area as soon as possible. And now forcing FC Areekode to play direct football and launch it long. And the moment you do that, it becomes quite comfortable for the defenders to head it clear. Looking for the 1-2. And in the way is Baite. He safely plays it behind for Nehal. Winning the header high up in the opposition area. And the ball drops over Baite. And the give and go not working out. And they will win a throw-in, FC Areekode. This team playing in this tournament through corporate entry, and Deepak Areekode. Some instructions from the senior man, 57 years of age, from Calicut. He is also the lead instructor of All India Football Federation in the AFC D-license and E-license courses. He is also the head coach of Lakshadweep in Santosh Trophy for 3 consecutive seasons. Also the youth development officer previously for Kerala Blasters. And also the senior scout of Reliance Academy. Sarat is getting treated. Mohammad Nabil haven't been able to make his presence felt so far. Deepak Areekode spoke highly of him. Another man with the experience of playing in the I-League Division 2 for Garhwal. Also played in for Universal Soccer School. He had short spells with them. He looks up and pokes it into the feet of Sarat. Oh, what a finish! A brilliant dink over the goalkeeper. And so Alison Mitei off his mark. And Altias International Football Academy scores their first ever goal in the Kerala Premier League. And it comes from that number 9, Sarat. And it's from their own product. These are the goals which is going to be part of folklore. I saw the keeper slightly advanced, took a look up, and that brilliant cheeky finish into the second post. And the goalkeeper Alison Mitei was just a spectator, beaten all ends up. On the 20th minute mark, it's Altius International Football Academy 1 and FC Areekode 0. And the goal scored by Mohammed Hasif, the number 9. Pardon me, that was Hasif. He was the second highest goal scorer in the Kerala Premier League as well. He scored 2 goals there. He comes from Kalathani district. The youngster. That is the last minute change which was made in the starting 11. And Mohammed Hasif once again proving to be the difference between the two teams. He's done that so often for Altius International Football Academy in the Kerala Premier League qualifiers campaign. And he's weaving his magic spell in the Kerala Premier League pile tournament as well. What a strike. He's setting the tone early on. The urgency with which Altius International moving the ball from the left hand side and from the right, and the pace at which they makes the passes, the first touch, and absolutely everything. Very much mesmerizing. They're continuing their dominance in a grander stage as well. They're trying to exert his influence on this occasion. Is Mohammed Shamnas. And the news which we are hearing from the sideline is that Sarat was the man whose name was initially declared in the first 11, but he was cramped up during training, which is why that last minute change and Mohammed Hasif coming in. And certainly on the back foot is FC Areekode, committing another foul. Altius International Football Academy. They aim to transform the landscape of Indian football for all those young kids itching for a structured progress plan. A free kick taken shot might be won from the straining pitch. Here is Mohammed Shamnas, couldn't sort his feet out, he's been quickly closed out. And now coming away with the ball is FC Areekode. A free kick for them inside their own area. As I was talking about that Altius International future plan, the ball beautifully chested down by Ibnu. Second attempt, he goes over the top and looking for Hasif. Now to the midfielder Zubair, the former Real Kashmir player. Nikhil comes out and there was only one option. He couldn't add the kind of distance that he might have intended, but that will do for the time being. And here is Alfred, the creator-in-chief for FC Areekode. He's been partnered by the Real Kashmir man Zubair, with Bikram Singh on the right and Poinam Rajan on the left. Emerson and Napoleon playing up top. Here is Kakai. His pass is intercepted. We've had 10 goals in the Kerala Premier League's ninth edition already in 3.5 games. Another game going at the Ernakulam. My co-commentator Joel Richard Williams is doing commentary on that particular game. With his twinkling feet was Beckham Singh. No foul given. Trying to get their acts together is FC Areekode. And out wide, it gets the return ball, and now on the overlap is Malik. Malik taking his time, checks back, laying it behind, getting a supporting player into a crossing position. That's a very loose pass. It's been picked up by the number 28, Munmoya. The referee says play on, nice reverse ball, breaching the FC Areekode defense. That was tad too long. We've had 96 goals in the RAMCO Kerala Premier League's previous edition in 33 matches. And Silio Guindo of Gokulam Kerala was the top goal scorer, the player from Mali. The only high scoring game was between Kerala United and Golden Threads. That game ended 6-1. Parithoy, that's the confirmation of the yellow card. To that FC Areekode defender, Parithoy Mitei. Referee blows the whistle and we go in for the first drinks break of this evening. Minutes on the clock is Hasif. He is the player who's been the difference between the two teams. Injured his left elbow. The player is getting hydrated, and at the same time Mr. Deepak Cherikudi having a word with his players. It's not been that easy. This is Dulip Menon, the assistant coach of FC Areekode. Also sharing his thoughts, trying to right the wrong, and there he is on your screen. He was my co-commentator in the Kerala Premier League qualifier. Dulip Menon, the former Kerala Blasters player, into coaching. Good to see young coaches coming up, and here's a senior man. What experience! And not just for Deepak Cherikudi but also for Dulip Menon as well. He will look to take the experience of this tournament and apply them at the grassroots level. And that is how a club grows. Here is Kakai, being very much active in the first half, cutting in from the left hand side, causing a lot of issues for FC Areekode. Wing backs to deal with. Here is Nihal. Closing in very quickly is Kakai. Look at that high press. Getting between the lines very quickly is Alti's international footballers. Munmoya. Hasif. Nodding it for Shamnas. Here is Nabil. Going in very tight on the youngster. The referee just asking the number 10 Alfred to calm down. And as a youngster, you always want to make an early impression in the game. In that bargain, you might give away a few biting challenges, and that will lead you to a yellow card. But it is something that will go away with age. But that doesn't look pretty at all. And also one thing that FC Areekode got to try and avoid, that is giving away set piece opportunities to Alti's International Football Academy. They are very good at it. And now Ibnu. He will look to punish FC Areekode once again. And the idea was to play in the right back. He couldn't execute it on this occasion. Again, the slow passing build-up from behind. Zubair and the two centre-backs spreading to the width of the 18-yard box. And that space created in the middle is been filled by Zubair, the real Kashmir man. And over half an hour gone here at the EMS Stadium in Kohikor. It's Altius International Football Academy leading by a goal against FC Areekode. There's still plenty of time left in this game for the team in red and black to make a match out of it. They're not baffled by that early goal. They got to forget capitulating the feeling of being a goal down. There's still plenty of job left to be done. They are hawking possession. Trying to draw out Altius International and use the space in behind the defenders. Another long ball headed clear by Ibnu. And now the midfield battle is won by Altius International. And outside of the boot pass. And that was a bright idea to play it first time. And the defenders saw the idea and quickly closing him down. Some intricate play wide on the far right. The ball has been snatched back by FC Areekode. I was talking about high scoring games last season. A game between Kerala United and Golden Threads that was 6-1. And also Gokulam Kerala defeating FC Kerala by 5-2. And now he's clearly onside from the left. Is Oinam Rajan. The ball sent in early. Defended very well. That was Munmoya bringing the ball down excellently. The ball was sent in with good pace. Another forward ball into no man's land. Pretty much organized at the back, Altius International. A perfect tuning between midfield and defense, but that might break here. Lalran Moya comes across to clear the danger out. He's very aware of his surroundings. That was Ruben. And the cross delivered is towards nobody. And now Altius International. Chance for them to spring a counter. He's been outnumbered. Just trying to do too much on his own. As you can see, Alfred likes to be the orchestrator, likes to orchestrate play, be the linkman between defense and midfield. Another fine ball, keeper comes out, a great save as well. And once again Mohammad Hasif tried to lob the goalkeeper, but he came out very strong. Alison Mitei. There has been problems on the left hand side of FC Areekode defense. Another cross coming in and getting the header. And adding plenty of yards on that clearance finally is Chongtham Raj Singh. Failing to keep the ball in play is Oinam Rajan. He's complaining that he was pushed from behind. But his complaints go unheard. The game is starting to get very much interesting. 10 minutes of regulation time left in this half. And here is Mohammad Hasif. Looks like in trouble. The referee is asking for medical intervention. And the goal scorer for Altius International is down on the deck. Coming back to that finish, that was absolutely breathtaking. A lot of youngsters watching this, they can learn that is how you must finish from that sort of an angle. And very unfortunately, he will have to be subbed out due to an injury. Mohammad Hasif looks to be a serious injury. Very unfortunate. Distraught, having to leave the pitch so early. Mohammad Hasif. Soaring the trait of his goal scoring exploits. Mohammad Jasbir, another promising goal scorer, another proven goal scorer for Altius International. He is also missing this game. Once he comes in, it is going to be a very formidable attacking setup for Altius International up front. So far they're doing remarkably well in defense and midfield. That was weak in his challenge. This time was Nasib Rahman, and now getting in behind is the number 28, but then the covering man coming in to seep the gap close and making it very comfortable for goalkeeper Nihal to gather it. And now Altius International planning the next move, wide from the far right. The pass falling slightly short. He picks up the second ball and turns his man, looking for option. The space has been protected. He was compelled to go behind. Misplaced pass by the defender Ibnu. He's got the yards advantage over Beckham Singh, who is fighting for it. Wins the ball as well. A bit of a scrappy play. Must be easy pickings. Oh, nice dink. Look at that. Excellently done. It's brilliant footwork there by Alfred. Just showing what he is made of. That was highly impressive from the youngster. A change is getting ready for Altius International. As injured Mohammad Hasif will be replaced. Is Peritoy Mitei getting the return ball from Nihal. Chongtham, Nabil Malik, Chongtham Raj Singh takes route 1, but excellent positional play by Ibnu and smacked clear. Shamna's ball trickles out for Altius International throw in, and that will allow time for the change. The number 11 Mohammad Faris coming in, another youngster from Chelembra Academy, comes from Puchal, just 19 years of age. There are plenty of youngsters coming through the ranks of Altius International. Doing a remarkable job, AIFA, at the grassroots level,
Number 9,
uplifting the game in the state.
Number 11, Mohammad
The
Farid.
primary objective is to identify and develop local players with exceptional talent who will be the future athletes and professionals in the world of football. The academy strives to inspire discipline, character, respect and excellence both on and off the field, while providing players who compete for top teams around the world. And these key qualities will enable players to achieve their personal goals. Regular treatment opportunities, the training programs conducted by the coaches, that's the kind of experience the players will excel on the global football arena. and strive to find a balance between the athletic, academic, and personal lives. The Residential Football Academy is located in Malappuram and Palakkad border in India. They are looking for a response in the first half itself. Is FC Areekode? Is this their moment? The goalkeeper getting there first is Nikhil. The first professional football club from Areekode, Malappuram. Here's the FC Areekode. With 20 dedicated club staff, coaches, team managers, medical staff, media manager and other and office personnel. First team and reserve team, elite and sub-elite, with residential academy of under 6 to under 16 grassroots, and operating in 4 artificial and natural pitches across Areekode. The club residents at Areekode with food, lodging and modern facilities. The academic partnership with schools and colleges for the residential program for the players as well. Number 4, fancying in taking on Baite. Going past Baite is not an easy job at all.
A different type of power.
Quickly realizing that and deciding to take help from his centre back Paritho Mitei. Attempted flick on. And that's a nice move. The gap opening up on the left and the player being picked out, takes it in his stride and the shot is blocked. There's still time for one. Looking for room to cross it in, almost squeezed between a couple of white shirts. Is still holding on to the ball, takes it onto his left, lifting it up onto the far side, keeper missing the flight. And FC Areekode back on level terms. And what a game we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, here at the MS Stadium in Kozhikode. And talk about response. And it comes right at the cusp of half time from FC Areekode. An inch perfect cross, goalkeeper Nikhil missing the flight. It's been beautifully connected inside the box. And they are back in it. That mistake from Nihal resulting into a goal. And that is Beckham, the number 7. Bringing back things on level terms, restoring parity for the side from Areekode. 1-1 here. Less than 2 minutes of regulation time left in this half. And Altis International Football Academy winning a corner kick. Can they regain their lead is the question. And Areekode City, it is a town on the banks of the Chalia River with an area of 7.25 square miles. It is one of the highly literate areas in the state of Kerala, situated in the northern part of Malappuram district. It is encircled by hills and hillocks capped in green. The Areekode region includes Urangatri, Kisupadamba, Kavanur and Areekode Panchayat. It is 17 kilometers from Manjeri, 27 from Malappuram and 35 from the Calicut town. Referee having a word with the players. He will need to clear the melee before the corner kick is taken. As the name Areekode was derived from Areekode, which in Malayalam means the riverside, and the town is easily accessible by public road transportation. Corner taken short, trying to add some variety, and he will look to take onto his sweet left foot. In comes the cross, keeper fumbles, chance to shoot from the edge of the area, and comes the shot, and is just off target. Another decent move from Altis International. This time the shot coming in from Lalram Munmoya, the centre back, swinging his left foot, but couldn't hit the target. Unfortunate, but at least an attempt that was going towards goal. The goalkeeper was also a bit flabbergasted because it came through a traffic of red and black shirt. 3 minutes started on. It's been end-to-end stuff. One more chance as Beckham, looking up into the box, swings the ball in. It's high, a lot of distance on it. It will be retrieved on the left flank. Turns his man once again into a crossing area, and in it comes. This time easily dealt by the AIFA defense, clearing their lines. Peritoy Mitei playing it back to the goalkeeper. They have got sting in their tail and a goal in their name. FC Areekode, they have just managed to bounce back. The first time ever since November last year, and Altes International conceding the first goal. Lauren Moya, and that's a perfectly placed ball into the feet of Mohammed Faris. Tried to play it between the defenders.
ഫുട്ബോൾ ക്ലബ് അരീക്കോടിന്റെ ഗോൾ നേടിയത് മത്സരത്തിന്റെ 43 മിനിറ്റിൽ ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 7 ടോഷോ ബക്കോൺസി.
Nasib Rehman, Mohammed Nabil. We've had a 7 goals thriller like last season, very early this season. That was yesterday between Real Malabar Football Club and Football Academy of Tirur. And now Beckham, he rounds the goalkeeper. It's a sharp angle. It's 2-1 for FC Areekode. And what a turnaround here at the EMS Stadium. This time, it seems like it's the jersey number 13 who's got the goal. And we will confirm you that shortly. That was a brilliant ball slipped in behind. And Altes International Football Academy defense caught flat-footed. And Nihal had to come out a long way. The attacker quickly rounding Nihal and making a comfortable finish. And this time it's Napoleon, the former Kerala Blasters man, that gets his name on the score sheet. And what a fight back by the team in red and white after going down early. Altes International Football Academy in complete shock. The wind has been knocked down off their shells. Referee Alok Brito blows the whistle and brings the first half to a close. So at half time, it's FC Areekode 2 and Altes International Football Academy 1. Mohammed Hasif scoring that early goal, which was cancelled out by Napoleon. And just on the stroke of half time, Napoleon nicking that goal and providing the much important lead to FC Areekode. And make sure you don't go anywhere. We will come back as soon as the second half resumes. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the live coverage of the RAMCO Kerala Premier League 2021 from the EMS Corporation Stadium in Koikode, and FC Areekode leading by 2-1, and the first half goals by Beckham Singh and Napoleon for Areekode, and Mohammad Hasif scoring for Altius. Unfortunately, they had to be subbed due to an injury, and we are off with the second half here. The team in white and black is Altius International will be operating from the left to right of your screen. The team leading by a goal is in red and black is FC Areekode. Another early chance for Altius International. It's been tipped away by the goalkeeper. And almost very nearly the equalizer for the team in white. Another teasing delivery, and the goalkeeper comes out once again, responding just in time. And a couple of quick counterparts from Altius International, testing the FC Areekode defense, asking questions of them, and those were very difficult questions indeed. And what a dramatic turnaround. We saw that in the first half, especially in the last 5 minutes, and how FC Areekode turned the game on the head. It was as dramatic as a soap opera. And now we kickstart proceedings in the second half. We step into the second 45 minutes in the Group A and Group B to be played in a round-robin format. The table topper and runners-up goes through to the semi-final round. It's been an entertaining game. The net has rippled thrice. Altius International held back in attack and defense, surprisingly, in the last 5 minutes on the first half. And I think tactically it is going to be a lot more interesting how they go about. The most of them are very young players, and what they can apply from what coaches have told them will be interesting to see in this half. A very different kind of style observed when the players walk in. It's a very positive reinforcements continuously. These are the little things these players will turn into big take and always. And FC Areekode trying to rebuild, regroup, using the goalkeeper Alison Mitay and getting a lot of distance on it. Here is Beckham Singh. He's got Napoleon inside him. Tried to pick him out. Napoleon gets a touch on the ball, but it's out of play. As I was talking about the thrills, the longest winless run we saw last season of Kovalam FC. 5 games they've gone without a win. They are at present playing against Mutut in Group B. That game is being played at the Maharajas College ground in Ernakulam. It was a 0-0 at the break. Both the games kicked off simultaneously. In case you are on this feed, you are watching FC Areekode and Altius International. FC Kovalam had the longest winless and the losing streak last season. They will, however, look to start off their new campaign in a positive note. So as Altius International here. And now a break could be on. Is Kakai. A slightly heavy touch, making it easy for Nihal to clear. Here is Nihal once again. Nihal keeps going. In field. The give and go not working out. Nihal was held back. He's complaining there was an elbow on his face. And nothing doing, says the ref. And now he stops play. As he's lying down injured. It looks to be in pain is Beckham Singh, the scorer of that equalizer for FC Areekode. The club established in 2016 under the name of SAP Areekode. Weak in defending. That was a very poor covering by the centre half, Chongtham Raj Singh, inviting the pressure and almost, but his defensive partner getting him off the hook. Here is Alison Mitey. He will take his time. As you can see, Altius International, certain desperation from them, but they got to be careful and not concede like that. Oh, well. That was very, very close and caught the goalkeeper off guard. And almost letting in another goal was Altius International. That was a pretty dangerous move and a very clever attempt. And corner kick here for FC Areekode. Altius International already been rattled by the men in red. A goal at this point of time will put the game to bed. It will be a mammoth task for Altius International to bounce back. If this particular delivery goes in, and it comes a teaser at the near post, a glancing header goes over the bar. They quickly restart proceedings. They are looking very urgent, and the onus is on them because they are trailing by a goal. SAP Areekode, as they were called way back in 2016, the main focus was on talented players in the city, age group of under 10 to under 18, produced district and state team players from the academy. And here they come again. Could be a 50-50 situation. Goalkeeper getting enough on the ball to put the man off. Attacks the byline, gets the better of the first man, an outstretched tackle, picks up the rebound and crossing it in. It's gone wide, and goal kick for Altius International. The goalkeeper was stretched, and Nihal not taking any kind of risks. He was not very much sure where the ball was curling in. And worrying signs in Altius International defense, who otherwise looked very, very compact till the 43rd minute mark. Lalran Munmoya, maybe that's the bit of an experience between the two teams, which is playing a part. FC Areekode have got few senior heads in their ranks, which is something Altius International is missing. Their youthful exuberance got to be guided by years of experience. The number 7 Sarat with a very wayward pass. And they are looking to regroup. Here's Alfred. And he's been muscled down. Injured his elbow. The skipper of the side from Northeast United. He's the danger man. Plan number 1 for Altius International will be to minimize the risk of Alfred. We all know how influential he can be, especially with the ball at his feet. In FC Areekode in the year 2018, they participated in the Students' Olympic in Rohtak, Haryana, finishing second runner-up among 24 teams across India. Getting his laces tied is Alison Mitey. He's wearing gloves, so one of his teammates got to help him out. FC Areekode, they produced players for college and university teams, for I-League Division 2 clubs, and ISL reserve side as well. One of them, the most primary name, is Kerala Blasters. That's a powerful header, towering in the air. knocking through the channel where Alfred is present. Alfred cuts onto his right foot and makes that horizontal run across the edge of the area. He was complaining there was a body burge on him. The referee thinks the other way around. A lovely give and go. A first time ball in. The goalkeeper once again comes to the rescue. Alison Mitey. Great goalkeeping. Reading the intention of Kakai. And Mohammed Nabil was lurking inside the box. Just breathing on the neck of Alison Mitey. Nasib Rahman showing great ball holding capabilities. Kakai, he got to control it. It was out of play. FC Areekode, they conducted a month pre-season program for the elite teams in Goa last year. And the first time in Kerala for an amateur club. They played friendlies. This might open up for Altius. So close, yet so far. That was a brilliant sliding attempt. A rasping attempt from the edge of the area. On the stretch, the player. And that shot not too far. Unlucky not to have scored. That would have one of the most mind-boggling finishes. That came in from the skipper, Mohammad Shamnas. What a belter of a strike. And had that gone in, would have been one of the best goals of the competition this season. So comfort on the eye. This is what youth football is all about. You keep possession, passing around. You have your own style. It's a wonderful style of passing and moving. Lots of off the ball running as well. And Altius International knocking the door in the second half. Lalra Munmoya launching it long, easily dealt with. He was stripped from behind, Nasib Rahman. Surely a yellow card flashed out by Yellow Prito. Yes, Emerson is a guilty party. And free kick just in the center circle. He will look to pump this one straight into the penalty area. The referee having a word with the assistant. Is going to be a booking for Duleep Menon. Maybe he said something unparliamentary on the sidelines, which the assistant referee didn't like, which is why he's been booked. A free kick taken shot. Ball floated in. The flag stays down. In comes the cross. The clearance not too far. Back into the area. The player takes a tumble. Get up, says the ref. Here is Kakai. He takes it onto his left foot. He's been easily read by the defender and makes a very comfortable clearance without much fuss. Giving away very cheap free kicks. Here is FC Areekode. Emerson has been reprimanded already once. They got to be careful. Applying pressure is Altius International. They got to make this particular set piece opportunities count. They are so desperate to send the ball in and try and make something happen. And all the big bodies have gone. In comes the cross. And on the second ball, I can't get it first time. He will look to rectify his error. Shamnas hustled off the ball. And that was a pretty strong challenge. They are now comfortably playing the ball out from the area. That was a complete barge by Lalram Moya. Looked very ugly. And Alfred in a lot of pain, in a lot of agony. Tempers fraying here. The players, even the officials getting involved. And there was no malice intended. Both of them went for the 50-50, but that high boot from Lalram Moya might have struck Alfred on his chest. And another booking. Looks all right, Alfred. No heartening signs. Even though he's limping a bit, he will feel that for the next couple of days. And that was an absolute biting challenge from Munmoya. Number 28 thought that he might get away with it. Referee was pretty close to the incident. He saw that. Lalo Brito in officiating this game. We saw him previously officiating matches in the Kerala Women's League as well. Played in Thrissur. A change is getting ready. For Altis International is going to be Naveen Das, the former Bengaluru FC product. He will be introduced very shortly by Mr. Deepak Cherikudi. Now the senior tactician playing his cards, who also happens to be a match commissioner and a coach's educator as well. Comes out of the tight area with smooth footwork is Nasib Rahman. That's the kind of bite he adds in midfield. Nasib Rahman makes the players around him a lot more confident. Always demanding, looking to play direct, and he shoulders the responsibility as well of progressing the ball for his side. Naveen Das, and now time for him to step into the pitch, and Kakai Hamar has been sacrificed. Just 18 years of age. Naveen Das also played for Mutut FA. His former team is in action. The Maharajas College ground in Ernakulam. That game is still goalless. Altis International was heavily lauded for their entertaining and urgent style of play. They looked very threatening from the wings. And FC Areekode this evening so far denying them that space. And here is Naveen Das using his space. Wins a corner kick for his efforts. That was a sliding challenge. It seems like it's going to be a short corner. Number 25 standing near the corner quadrant. Ball swung in. Header, he's grounded that into the top netting. That was once again a brilliant idea. Something off the training pitch. And very nearly getting that equalizer was Altis International. Came so close in a couple of occasions right from the beginning of the second half. And FC Areekode haven't been able to muster up anything in the second. That's nicely done. Goes past three. The diagonal ball into the gap. He once again tried to get it over goalkeeper Nikhil. This time he stood firm and plucks it out of the air. Goes in with a high boot, wins the ball. And a neat diagonal into the path of Sarat. The first touch is brilliant, but the cross is not. It's gone out of play for a goal kick. EMS Corporation Stadium, very much the home ground of Gokulam Kerala during the Hero I League, but due to the global pandemic, the country's top tier competition is being played in a single venue in Kolkata, and hopefully the action is going to resume soon. We are going to have Hero I League Pan India from next season onwards. Mohammad Nabil in a discussion with Sarat, his teammate. And play resumes. That's a very cheap giveaway, and LTS International that attempt from Mohammad Nabil. The ball landed on his weak right foot. Had that been on his stronger left side, that would have been very much problematic for Allison. Look at that sharp footwork from the number 10 Alfred. He's got a man outside him. Alfred goes on the outside. Alfred. And the ball almost whiskering away from nestling into the bottom corner. Showing his strength and winning the ball back, FC Areekode. A ball swung in, trying to chest it down, but a couple of players in white sticking to him. It digs out the pass for Zubair. Still Zubair plays it forward. Flag has gone up. Just mistimed his run by just half a yard. Nearly stolen away. Zubair playing it forward. A delicate back heel. The defender holding his ground. A sliding challenge. In FC Areekode, they're keeping the ball much better. Taking their time in figuring out moves. Another marauding run down the right. The challenge from Baite was solid. Just giving him a filler. This is what you are in for this evening. Play stopped. And FC Areekode comes from the Areekode city. In the last season, they conducted a pre-season in Goa. I was talking about that. First time in Kerala for an amateur club. Played friendlies against FC Goa reserves and Salgaonkar and Dempo Sports Club, against Sesa Football Academy, and also against Churchill Brothers. Here is Duleep. He will be extremely happy. He previously played for Kerala Blasters, and he was once signed with Salford City FC, which I figured out over a conversation with him. The club, which is today owned by the class of 92s, the David Beckham and company. Mohammad Nabil trying to turn away from his man. The ball drops just in between the attacker and the goalkeeper. Sarat, who should have timed his run by half a second early. Gazing his options. Alison Mitey and goes long. A header from Ruben. Plays it back to Nikhil. Baite. Lots of pressure being applied on him. Just forcing him to play the ball quick. Here's Mohammad Faris. From the left. Here comes Altius International. Draws a foul in his favor. Gonna be a yellow card this time for Zubair. They're getting a bit physical in FC Areekode players in the second half. It's agility and pace against strength and power. Free kick from the far side. Not getting the elevation on the free kick this time. Making it slightly easy. Still trouble here. Getting his foot in at the right time was Zubair. And averting the danger in exchange of a corner kick. Getting his team's organization in place is the goalkeeper, Alison Mitei. The ball swung in, went up for it. Still might fall here for a red shirt. Takes it onto his right foot. Here is Nasib Rahman. He tried to power through. Runs into a defender. Nothing doing, says the referee. The pass was slightly heavy from Lalran Muya, the player from Mizoram. The ball eventually ends into the feet of the goalkeeper. That is needless from Mohammad Nabil. The referee just having a word with Feet. I'm just warning him that I already saw you do that a couple of times. Not anymore, kid. The referee realizing that it was a bit of a play acting from the goalkeeper. Deepak Cherikodi can draw courage from the fact his team has performed slightly better in the second half compared to the first, even though things went right for his side till the 43rd minute. But it's that goal which is still eluding them, even though FC Areekode also had their chances in the second half. Had they taken it, would have been completely a different story altogether. Another ball from deep. A chase is on. Goalkeeper spills it. Another miscommunication between the defender and the keeper. And Sarat almost sneaking in. And now trying to set up the number 23, Ruben. Can't get it out of his feet quickly enough. And nicely done there. Let's Alfred to take over. Alfred holding off a couple of challenges. He's a tricky customer. That is Emerson, the number 27. Lots of action in him in terms of creativity. Double change is getting ready. Is Ronik Singh, the Bangalore FC player, will be coming in. He's replacing Alfred, who looks slightly jaded. And the number 99, Shabi Khan, the former Kerala Blaster reserves player, is coming in for the number 55. This is Napoleon, the scorer of the second goal. Here is Sarat, comes in field with an inverted run, runs into traffic. And the ball retention from FC Areekode have been a lot more quick in the second half. His first touch for Ronik. Controls, keeps possession, and plays back to Nihal.
And jersey number 55, Napoleon, replaced by 99, Shafiqah.
FC Areekode have lost it out. That's a towering header. A nice pass, good weight on it. Towards Ronik Singh. He is fronted. Ronik goes on his own. I didn't get the right curl on it. He was fronted by Ibnu. A face injury for Mohammad Shamnaz, the skipper of Altiz International. As we get into the last quarter of the game, FC Areekode still holding on with the 2-1 lead. He's been huddled by the red and white players. Here's Deepak Chirikudi playing his cards. He's also making a double change as Ashik Shahid, the former Hunters club player, a club which plays in the Palakkad district, is coming in. Shows Shahan Salim, another youngster of 19 years of age. Played for Club MSP. Let's see if these two changes brings any change in fortune for the team which is trailing for the time being.
Substitution
It is international. Their academic partners, along with the team, and after school guidance has been inclusive in nurturing, providing a boarding environment to the players. The academy has the ISO 9001 is 2015 certified quality management system, which ensures the highest quality training to the students, and their continuous improvement process is target to meet and exceed the parents' expectation in the best possible and the most efficient way. During the KPL qualifiers, just going through their infrastructure, it's absolutely brilliant, especially the pitch in which they train and play their district matches. Lots of training programs for the grassroots level, lots of youngsters emerging through their system. Is something very heartening to see as they continue to play the role of being the supply line for the state of Kerala, and not just for the state of Kerala but also for the Indian senior national team as well. That is their motto, that is their aim. And now interested for the long ball is the number 22. It gets a block and it breaks for Altiz International from a narrow angle. He plays it over. That was a fine chance for Mohammad Nabil. The goalkeeper Alison Mitei had that covered. The first clear-cut scoring chance in the second half for Altiz International goes begging. And Ashik Shahid defending from front, managing to get the block. And the ball ricochets off him and goes towards Mohammad Nabil, who couldn't test the goalkeeper Alison Mitei, who just had to come out and make a couple of collections and punch a few balls clear. And apart from that, no such highlight moment for the Manipuri goalkeeper in the second half. That is a barge. Altiz International have got plenty of set piece opportunities for themselves in this game, yet to make one count. Nasib Rahman, the former Gokulam under 18 player, lower trajectory delivery, almost a tangle inside the box. The ball has gone out of play. Just 11 minutes of regulation time left. Mohammad Hasif's leaving the field early in the first half. have hurted the spirits of Altis International in a big way because he is one of their trusted goal scorer along with Mohammad Jaspir, Nasib Rahman, and highly impressive so far for them. Mohammad Shamnas also took one attempt on the stretch. He's asking for a change as well. That was a bit of an unnecessary booking, I would say. A moment after making the challenge, he immediately indicating for a change, and now he's down on the deck.
ആ കിടക്കുന്ന ചെക്കനാണ് കൊടുത്തത് യെല്ലോ കാർഡ്.
Just trying to run down the clock, FC Areekode players. They are in that lead. Trying to buy some time. That is what Altis International players are complaining. It is Beckham Singh, the scorer of the first goal for FC Areekode. That was very much the equalizer. Shamnas, a bit of a give and go with Nasib Rahman. Ball sent in early. It will be brought down on the turn. Leaves it for his support on the left channel. Now Ashik. Doing a remarkable job in defense. Zubair, the number 19, will be coming in. Govindas Singh. He is replacing injured Beckham Singh. All the three goals that have been scored this evening have come from youngsters.
Number 7, Proksho Bakar Singh, replaced by jersey number 19, Norin Govindas Singh.
Scoreline Kerala's culmination with the Kerala Football Association providing a wonderful platform to the young talents of the state to showcase their talent on the pitch. And the conservatorium is confident that with this partnership, the Kerala football ecosystem will see a cumulative investment as well as plenty of youth development programs. The agreement is aimed at further enhancing the existing value of KFA's footballing properties and create new opportunities for the players, and also for the head coaches and aspiring players through new competitions and events across the whole calendar year. Over 300 direct and close to 500 indirect employment opportunities will be created through this partnership. The All India University matches and also going on in Kerala. Kerala very much the host of the Hero Santosh Trophy as well. It is the 75th edition of the Golden Jubilee edition of Hero Santosh Trophy. The final rounds to kickstart from 20th February and all the matches to be played in Kerala in the final rounds. The KFA doing a remarkable job not only in men's category but also uplifting the women's football as well. They have relaunched the Kerala Women's League after a span of 7 years. Can this be the delivery sent in by Ruben that can get Altis International their second goal? It's a decent delivery is sent in with a good amount of pace. Brings his man down on the deck is Rubel. Mohammad Nabil with that one shimmy onto his left. He is outnumbered, double teamed. And they quickly move the ball ahead. It's FC Areekode. Oh, it's a decent move. 3-4 touches already in this one. They're running through the inside channel. What that player, Govindas. The pass was too long for him. 5.5 minutes of regulation time left. Here is Zube. And asking for it is Govindas, and he gets it. A defender comes across to foil the plan. Man-to-man marking is what the hallmark of how Altis International Football Academy plays. Absorbs all the pressure, plays a deep line. Again a stoppage in play. Clutching his right ankle. That is Ronik Singh. Taken out for treatment. Another great switch brought down by the number 22. Sending it infield. Only to a red shirt. The number 28. A nice shielding. And very cleverly winning the throw-in. That was Oinam Ranjan. And almost hugging the touch line. And the number 28. Playing wide, providing the width, trying to stretch the ideas of international defense and create gaps in the middle for the attackers to exploit. Time is running out for them. Nasib Rahman in the second half has been pretty much subdued. He's done well defensively, but attacking wise haven't seen much of him. Mohammad Shamnas is sometimes getting isolated, not getting the right kind of support that he would have wanted to from his midfield partner, Nasib Rahman and Kakai. Mohammad Faris from the right channel, haven't been able to provide amenities. Is asking, shouts for handball, not given. The referee says play on. That bobbled off his feet, has struck his arm. Govindas tried to turn. Altius trying to slow down the tempo. This time the free kick goes against them. Mohammad Shamnas. Is expecting a decision in his favor. Shahan Salim was involved as well. But stayed very sturdy over there. It was number 4, Padithoi Mitei. Now wins the header. Oh, nicely done there by the number 22. And that's a high presser tactics working out for Alti's International. That was Ashik Shahid. Still Ashik Shahid lost his balance. He was crowded out in the end. The players not coming in for support. And now space opening up on the Altis International right. Couldn't get his cross in. Yes, Dilip Menon just asking his players to slow down. Just asking them to slow down the tempo, to calm down. And just keep possession. Work the ball from right to left. And try and hit them on the break. And look at that ball. Sensational delivery, a low cross. Cleared away. Altis International. Now they are on the counter through Mohammad Shamnas, the skipper. Quickly closed down. Time ticking away. A chance to cross. It's a low delivery. Has the flag gone up? Yes, it has. The goal won't stand.
Additional time Shabir.
They are vociferously challenging for the decision as Altis International players. They're just complaining. The assistant played it on, where the man in the middle said it was offside. A slight confusion.
6 minutes.
6 minutes added on. 4.5 minutes. Still time left for Altis International to salvage something from their opening game. Uh, 4 minutes for FC Areekode to see this game away. They have it back and almost riding the challenge, losing his composure. And now this could be one-on-one. He tried to bring it down. Govindas, still Govindas. He holds off the challenge, fends away from his man, and finds the number 28 on the left, who is battling for it. Ranjan Singh committing a foul. Altis. Sometimes the hold-up play from the team in white is too much. They got to get it out of their feet as soon as possible. Just sometimes showing a bit too much of the ball to the team in red and black. This is where experience, the coaches and the players talk about experience of playing in a big level. And every time the ball is coming into the FC Areekode defense, you can see the defenders not pressing the panic button, keeping things tight, keeping their composure, waiting for the right moment to throw a boat in and win the ball back. Oh, an inch perfect ball. That is offside. Just playing off the shoulder of the last man, mistiming his run. And the flag going up immediately against him. Less than 3 minutes left for Altis International. And now a guide on towards the number 15, Shalom Salim. Salim lays it back for Nasib Rahman, who helps it on towards Mohammed. And now on the right, he's got the angle to cross it in. It's a great delivery. Completely stretching the goalkeeper, bringing him out of his line. A great curl on that cross by Ruben. But none of the players in white getting on the end of that curling delivery. FC Areekode survives. The decision is going against Govindas on this occasion. We are into the last few seconds of the game. Will a young manager triumph over an experienced one? Last minute free kick won by Altice International. This will be the last chance of the game for an equalizer for the team in white. And it's Chautam Raj Singh has been booked for that clumsy challenge. And a golden chance for AIFA. There was a last long burst left, and they used it to win a free kick. This is going to be the last roll of the dice, and all eyes on FC Areekode goal. The team in red will have their hearts in their mouth. They are under the cosh. Here comes LTS International. What a fine free kick! That was a stinging effort, and what a remarkable comeback by the team in white and black. That was a belter of a strike. Even though the goalkeeper, Alison Mitey, got his hand on it, but it wasn't substantial enough to keep the ball out from goal. That was massive curl in it. The angle of the curl was simply superb. And it's 2-2 here at the EMS Stadium in Areekode. And that's the full-time whistle from Alo Brito. And the roller coaster of a game comes to an end. And LTS International is stealing a point just under the nose of FC Areekode, just when they started to think that they have got the job done and over the line. Deepak Cherikodi reminding them it's still not over yet, mate. Please hold on. And a David Beckham-like free kick. A great curl on it. Completely baffling the goalkeeper. Went through his near post. Even though he had it covered, he anticipated the right way, Alison Mitey. And as things stands here, and as things ends here at the EMS Corporation Stadium in Areekode, is FC Areekode 2 and Altius International Football Academy 2. So thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wonderful evening. We will come back some other day with some other footballing action. Till then, goodbye.
കളിയുടെ അവസാന നിമിഷത്തിൽ AIFA ഗോൾ നേടിയത് ജസ്റ്റ് നമ്പർ 23 Areekode, ടൈം 90+6. Final score: Football Areekode 2, AIFA 2. RAMCO കേരള പ്രീമിയർ ലീഗിലെ അടുത്ത മത്സരം ഈ മാസം 14-ാം തീയതി FC കേരള ലൂക്ക സോക്കർ ക്ലബിനെ നേരിടുന്നു. KPL അടുത്ത മത്സരം 14-ാം തീയതി ലൂക്ക സോക്കർ ക്ലബ് FC കേരളയെ നേരിടുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നന്ദി.
ഷബീർ കേബിൾ ഇവിടെ തന്നെ ഇടുകയാണോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കടയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഓക്കെ.